And very good evening then, and welcome to the Commentary Hub's coverage of the FIFA 2022 even World Cup in Qatar. And it is a last 16 tie that we bring to you this evening, the second of the last 16 ties today. And it is going to be Brazil versus South Korea as the teams get ready to greet the field. It's Brazil versus South Korea. If you missed the earlier game, it did finish on penalties. Croatia winning on penalties, 4-2, even after a 1-each draw. So Japan are out, Croatia are through, and whoever wins this game is going to be the team that plays Croatia in the quarterfinals of the World Cup. I'm your commentator, Jack Kesson. I'll be taking you through the next hour and going on 2 hours. Potentially could be longer should we go to a draw. It will, of course, be extra time and penalties. Brazil looking to try and get off to a better game than they did in the previous game that they had, which was the final group stage game for them. They lost 1-0 to Cameroon, of course. They did make a number of changes prior to that game. This is a very different looking side. We will get to the lineups in just a couple of minutes' time, but I do expect a better Brazilian performance in a game that matters much, much more if they're looking to try and lift the World Cup. They have to try and get past South Korea, who, of course, dramatically got through their group in the end, beating Portugal by 2-1. Again, it was all done and dusted for that Portuguese side, but they still managed to get a win in the late stages, which prevented Uruguay from going through. They, of course, beat Ghana that same dramatic day, but that wasn't good enough because South Korea did get the draw against Uruguay in the opening game and a 2-1 win against Portugal. The teams are just coming out at the moment, and as the anthem starts, I will start to run through the lineups. As I said, the big news coming into this, of course, was would Neymar be playing, but he is, and he does find himself in the starting lineup for the Brazilians, and I'll run through the starting 11 then, starting with Brazil, and it's going to look like, appears to be a 4-2-3-1 formation. Alisson starts in goals. It's a backline of Danilo, Marquinhos, Thiago Silva and Eder Militao. Defensive two of Casemiro and Lucas Paqueta. Attacking midfield three, Vinicius Jr. on the left, Rafinha of Barcelona on the right. As I said, Neymar does get the start, and he starts in behind the golden boy of this World Cup so far for Brazil, Richarlison. And the lineup for South Korea then, Kim Seong-ju starts in goals. It's a backline of Jin-Soo Kim, Kim Young-won, Min-jae Kim and Kim Moon-hwan. A midfield three of Jae-sung Lee, Jung Woo-young and Hwang In-beom. And the attacking front three of Hwang Hee-chan on the right, Cho Ju-sung, of course, goal scorer against that double against Ghana in the game that they lost 3-2, leads the line. And, of course, as well, for South Korea, wouldn't be a South Korea national team without him, Heung-min Sung of Tottenham Hotspur. Of course, all the doubts about him starting at the beginning of the tournament, but he is here. He made it through the group stage, and he finds himself in the last 16 in what would potentially be one of the biggest shocks of the World Cup so far, should South Korea knock out the Brazilians this evening. I highly doubt almost anybody outside of South Korea is expecting that to happen tonight, and even in South Korea themselves, I highly doubt anyone's expecting them to go through, but they will have the belief, having beaten Portugal, of course, by 2-1 and getting a spirited draw against a very decent Uruguay lineup. They may expect that they have handled some difficult teams so far in this tournament and have done it in a way that's got them to the last 16. However, these two did play earlier this year, of course, and that finished 5-1 for Brazil. And I believe Neymar actually dyed his hair blonde because that was his hair colour in that particular game. So that tells you what Neymar's thinking ahead of this game. Of course, there was doubts, as I mentioned, that he would be starting this evening. He did sat out the game against Cameroon. This was, of course, due to an ankle injury. He only has played in the opening game, which was against Serbia. As I said, just going through the anthems at the moment. Currently going through the South Korean national anthem. And the referee for this evening's affair is Clement Turpin of France. This game is going to be played at the Stadium 974, of course. If you've been keeping up with this tournament at all, you'd have heard plenty about the Stadium 974. Built out of shipping containers and is designed to be essentially torn apart by the end of this tournament. Talks that Uruguay in 2030 even want to use that stadium, that same design for the World Cup bid. It's designed essentially to be taken apart and then built up again whenever needed. So that could potentially happen. The anthems are just concluding now, so we should just be another couple of minutes away from kickoff. And for Brazil, it may feel like this is just going through the motions to try and get themselves through to the quarter-final. But I expect South Korea are going to give them a game this evening. This won't be an easy one, and they'll be well aware of all the shocks that have happened so far in this tournament. And you are listening to the Commentary Hub's coverage of Brazil versus South Korea, which is just a couple of minutes away from kickoff. Don't forget you can follow the Commentary Hub on Twitter. The Twitter handle is @CommentaryLive1. And also, why not visit our Facebook? The best way to follow the Commentary Hub, go to facebook.com/the Commentary Hub. Let's say we already know one opponent of the next quarter-final, that is Croatia. And the victor this evening between Brazil and South Korea will play Croatia in that quarter-final. Croatia might consider themselves lucky to narrowly get through on penalties against a spirited Japanese side. South Korea will be looking to make sure they're not the second Asian opponent to be knocked out of the World Cup in one single day. They aren't too much strangers to going further in the tournament. Of course, they did get to the semi-finals back in 2002 when they hosted the World Cup alongside Japan. So they have gotten to the later stages before, but they're coming up against a Brazil side that's packed with talent. From the starting lineup all the way to the bench, you look at the bench, they've got Fabinho, Bruno Guimaraes, and Anthony Rodrigo of Real Madrid, Gabriel Martinelli, who's been one of the standouts for Arsenal this season. He only manages a spot on the bench in this talented Brazilian side. And teams are just getting themselves into the huddles as they get ready to do battle in the Stadium 974. Brazil wearing, of course, their traditional and world-famous yellow top with blue shorts. South Korea donning all red with red shorts and red socks as well. I say you expect Brazil to come away with the victory this evening, but South Korea will not make it straightforward for them. That's an absolute certainty, as we are just seconds away from kickoff here. I believe it will be South Korea to kick us off, and it is going to be South Korea to kick us off. By the unconventional 2 men up at the kickoff. Not seen that in a long while, of course, since they changed the rules back in 2016. And we are kicked off here in the quarter-final game for Brazil versus South Korea. And South Korea start with the ball in their own half. They're passing it around the back. It's Min Jae Kim to Kim Hwang Kwan. In the middle to Jung Wo Young. Back to Moon Hwan. Tries to lump it up towards Hwang Chi, but Brazil get the ball quickly and they're trying to play a direct pass, but it's well intercepted there by Kim Jung Won. And South Korea holding on to possession just about at the moment. Young Sun, that's good play. This could be an early chance for the South Koreans, and the pass is just too much and it's going to go out comfortably. However, the linesman on the far side has deemed that offside. So promising start for South Korea in the early stages of the game. Brazil, however, have the first real spell of possession in the opening minute and a half or so. They're passing it around the back with Thiago Silva. Looking for his options far left with Vinicius Jr. It's going to fall into the middle. Lumped up all the way towards Vinicius Jr. Tries to get the touchdown. He's so good at bringing the ball down from a long ball situation, but he's not able to get that there and it falls out of play. South Korea will have the ball back. Kim Min Hwan to take the throw in. He lumps it up the park towards Hwang Hee-chan. And Hwang In-byeon is there to collect, but the ball falls back into Brazilian hands with Marquinhos. Marquinhos to Danilo. Danilo out wide to Rafinha of Barcelona, formerly of Leeds United, of course. Ball back with Marquinhos, back to Danilo. He's going to give it all the way back to Alisson of Liverpool. Brazil keeping the ball in their own half at the moment, passing it around the back line. Marquinhos going to look for the long ball towards Neymar and Richarlison, and I believe it's Neymar who's able to, or Richarlison even, who's able to get the ball down, but the touch is loose, and South Korea are able to gain the ball back. They have it back on the back line with Jin-Soo Kim. Tries to play a lovely long ball to Heung-min Son. That's a great touch from the Tottenham winger. He's going to come up against Militao, and it's well intercepted. And Brazil managed to recover the ball again. It's Neymar in the midfield, spreads it out to Vinicius Jr. on the left. Looking for options and support, gets it with Richarlison. Richarlison with Neymar, Neymar back to Richarlison, and it's a loose touch. It goes away. Cho's on the ball at the moment. He can't get control of it. It's going to go out for a Brazil throw in. Takes a good initial touch, actually. Hits with his hand, and the referee deems that a foul for handball. Militao on the ball now. Switches it all the way across towards Vinicius Jr. Seems to be the out ball for Brazil at the moment. Balls in the midfield. Spread across to Rafinha on the right-hand side. Rafinha tries to play in Lucas Paqueta, but the ball trickles out for a South Korea goal kick. So South Korea having to try and weather an early storm there. They have the ball back for the goal kick. And that goal kick is with Kim Seung-ju. Plays it out short. Brazilian players come in to put pressure on, but they're able to deal with that, passing it comfortably around the back. Min-ji Kim switches the ball to Kim Young-won. And that's a lovely ball up towards the main man, Heung-min Son. He chests it down. Brazil players are able to deal with it. Eder Militao getting the start this evening, the Real Madrid man. And it's Casemiro on the ball at the moment. Switches it out to Vinicius Jr. on the left. Vinicius Jr. has two South Koreans in front of him. He gets it to Neymar and support. Neymar's going to pass to Danilo. Danilo playing on the left-hand side. And Militao on the right of the Brazilian defence. That's a foul there by Rafinha. Clement Turpin quick to blow his whistle. Rafinha there just clipping on Jin-Soo Kim, the left back for South Korea. And it's going to be a free kick deep within the own half for South Korea to take. South Korea have it in the back line at the moment. Kim Young-won switches it all the way across to Min-ji Kim. Back to Kim Seung-ju. Back to Kim Young-won, the left-sided centre-half. Looks to try and switch it all the way up towards the men at the front, but it's well dealt with by Brazil. Eder Militao on the ball now. Oh, and he loses possession cheaply there, but Turpin had already blown for a foul. It looked as if Eder Militao was fouled there by Cho Gyu-sung. And in actual fact, it was because the ball was played towards Cho Gyu-sung, who was in an offside position. So Brazil have the ball again back on the back line with 6 minutes into the game here. Brazil 0, South Korea 0. And this last 16 tie to see who will get through to play Croatia in the World Cup quarter-finals. Danilo on the ball. Neymar comes for support, gets back to Danilo, to Casemiro in the middle. Or Paqueta even in the middle. Gets it to either Militao. Militao spreads the ball to Rafinha on the right-hand side. Rafinha, lovely bit of trickery there. Gets the ball to Casemiro. And Rafinha's still on the ball at the moment. He gets past the South Korean man. Can he get the ball across? And it falls to the back post of Vinicius Junior! Cool, calm and collected. Vinicius Junior with the goal to give Brazil the early lead. And that was a lovely bit of skill there by Rafinha on the right-hand side to take it past two South Korean players. Gets the ball in. I believe it's Neymar and Richarlison who are in to try and get to the ball. But it falls all the way towards Vinicius Junior, who's sitting there at the back post. And what's interesting about that is just how easily he takes his time there to place that shot into the top left-hand corner and give Brazil an early lead. And South Korea now have a massive mountain to climb if they're wanting to try and get into the last 8 of the World Cup. Extravagant celebrations there by the Brazilians, as they have shown in this tournament so far. And Rafinha, their lovely skill, skips past Hwang In-beon, the Barcelona man. Shows real resilience to get past Jin-Soo Kim. I said his ball comes across and it lands gratefully to Vinicius Junior, who's just sitting there at the back post. He takes his time, and he does what Vinicius Junior always does on that left-hand side. Curls it into the goalkeeper's top left-hand corner. What a player. What a goal. And this Brazil side are 1-0 up. 8 minutes into the game. South Korea, by all means, not out of this just yet. But that might spur the Brazilians on to get another, and it's Rafinha on the right-hand side now. Can he work a bit of magic again? He's goading Jin-Soo Kim to come towards the ball, but passes it to Militao. Brazil looking infused by that early goal, and it's going to go to Casemiro. Lucas Paqueta even on the left-hand side to Neymar. Neymar to the goal scorer, Vinicius Junior. Going to try and skip past Kim Min-hwan, the right back, but plays it all the way back towards Danilo. I believe a free kick has been blown. And a dangerous position even for Neymar to deliver the ball into the box. A foul there by the striker, Cho Gyu-sung. And what a start for Brazil that was. And certainly in these kind of games up against teams who you know you're absolutely better than, to get that early goal out of the way, calm any nerves and stop the game from getting too tight and contained, certainly helps. But they do need to work on and add to this momentum at the moment, and they could do. Neymar plays it short, tries to flick it on to Vinicius Junior, the pass from Paqueta there. South Korea able to clear it, and Alisson will have the ball. Brazil going to work it along the back line. Thiago Silva tries to launch a ball towards Vinicius Junior. The clearance falls towards Neymar on the left-hand side. Neymar's going to skip past one. He's going to skip past two. Casemiro there and support. Gets it to Vinicius Junior, who tries to play the ball into the box on his right foot. And the referee has given a penalty there. Richarlison running in for the loose ball. Falls in the box. And things might be getting bad to worse for the South Koreans. It's a Brazil penalty. It'll be interesting to see that one as well. It happened in a quick-fire moment of Richarlison throwing himself in front of the South Korean defender. I believe that was the South Korean midfielder. He throws himself in front of, as he does, player tries to kick the ball, ends up kicking Richarlison instead. It's a really harsh penalty to give, but it has given us a foul. Rafinha holding the ball at the moment. Is he going to be the one to take the penalty? No, of course. It's going to be Neymar to take this penalty for Brazil, which could all but send them through. I know we're only 12 minutes in. A second goal might really kill this game, which is exactly what Brazil want to do. It's Neymar against Kim Seung-ju in goals. And he eyes up. This penalty is going to be straight run up for Neymar. We're 12 minutes into this last 16 game. Brazil 1, South Korea 0. Could it be about to be 2-0? Clement Turpin speaking to the goalkeeper Kim. What a moment for Neymar to get himself a goal after being injured for the previous 2 games. He can open his account in the last 16 stage. Brazil to take the penalty. Neymar bearing down. Neymar going to go on the run up. Is he going to score it? Takes a little stutter and passes it into the net. Cool, calm, as you like from Neymar. And it's Brazil 2, South Korea 0. Could that be all over here? Just 12 minutes in. This might just get bad to worse for the South Koreans if they don't figure out how to stop this Brazil attack. It was a cynical penalty. A penalty nonetheless. And they've been all over the place really since then. 7th goal in 12 FIFA World Cup matches. His first World Cup, of course, coming in 2014. And looking at that penalty again. Yeah, Richarlison, he wins the ball in front of the South Korean defender or midfielder, even Young. Look at that penalty from Neymar. Takes a stutter. I think the goalkeeper is opting to go down the middle. Thinks he's maybe going to try Panenka. And just passes it into the bottom left-hand corner. Cool as you like from Neymar. And Brazil find themselves 2 goals up. And how on earth are South Korea going to respond to this? As I said, the last time these two met was this year. They did finish 5-1 to Brazil. So a similar scoreline at least gives the South Koreans a goal in this game. They put a lot of pressure on Danilo there. Danilo almost messing that up. South Koreans right in amongst that corner where the Brazil throw-in is going to be taken in their own half. Danilo to take. Neymar comes back in support, but South Korea going to try and win that ball, but they're able to try and get out of the danger. Are they? Yes, they are. Good bit of trickery from Neymar there to get the ball away to the far side. And again, a bit of dodgy play here from Brazil at the back, but they're able to withstand the pressure on South Korea. That's an aggressive challenge there, but a fair one from South Korea, and they have the ball back, looking to respond as quick as possible to going 2 goals down. And they have the ball at the moment. It's with Kim Min-hwan on the right-hand side. He's going to try and get it out on the right to Jae-sung Lee. Lee has Jae-sung Lee in support. Falls all the way back to Kim Young-won at the back. Tries to spread it out towards Hwang Hee-chan, who's on the left-hand side, but isn't able to do so. And it's going to be a throw-in to Brazil. I say, looking at that penalty again, just how cool is that? The issue he maybe has there is that if the goalkeeper does go the right way, then you'd say it's a terrible penalty, but he doesn't, and it looks as cool as you like. And South Korea, however, enjoying a spell on the ball. Min-jae Kim forward towards Jung Wo-young to Hwang In-bom. played in the middle, tried to play a bit of football towards Heung-min Sung, but they're not able to. However, they are able to win the ball back with Kim Min-hwan. I'm going to try and play the ball across to Young Woo-young. Switch play towards Hwang Yi-chang, who was originally starting at right wing, but he's at left wing now, left mid even. Looking to try and take a shot himself. Oh, what a save from Allison. And that would have been a bit of magic to get South Korea back into the game from Hwang Yi-chan. What a strike. And it's equally met by an even better save from Allison there to tip it over his post. South Korea enjoying this spell of dominance here to try and get themselves back into the game. They take another shot from range, and this time it's nowhere near as good from Hwang In-byeon. Taking all that shot again. What a strike. Would have easily been the goal of the tournament had that hit the back of the net. But Allison makes a great save of it. Perhaps one for the cameras, but a great save nonetheless. And a bit of danger there from South Korea, showing that they can test the Brazilian back line, as we've shown in the past 5 minutes or so. Brazil able to get the ball back, however. They just have to switch to a back three at the moment. So the ball switched towards Rafinha. It's well met, but falls back to Eder Militao, to Rafinha at the halfway mark. Lucas Paqueta coming in support, plays it all the way back towards Marquinhos. Casemiro there. Casemiro to Thiago Silva. Back to Casemiro in the middle of his own half. Gets out on the left to Danilo. Danilo to Neymar. Neymar tries to do a bit of trickery there to get past Jae-sung Lee, and it's good. Bit of skill. Gets it to Vinicius Jr. Vinicius Jr. to Neymar. They're just toying with the South Korean left side now. South Korea able to win it back. It's Heung-min Sung. Dispossessed, and Brazil are able to get the ball back comfortably. It's a possession showing there 49% for Brazil, 39% for South Korea, and of course 12% in contention. The new idea brought to you by the genius mind of Arsene Wenger. Of course, one of the higher ups at FIFA now suggested this new model of possession and contention. And Brazil have the ball at the moment with Thiago Silva to Danilo. Good bit of quick pass in there with Casemiro to Neymar. Back to Danilo, back to Marquinhos. Marquinhos going to try and advance forward now to switch the play to the right. Tries to pass it to Lucas Paqueta, who's sitting on the left-hand side, but the pass is too much and it falls out for South Korea throw. And South Korea have the ball back again comfortably. Kim Young-won to Min Jae-kim. Passes towards Jung Woo-young. And they're just passing along the back line at the moment. Hwang In-byeon. They are looking quite promising though on the stages since the goal. Hwang Yi-chang in the middle of the park. Well defended by Brazil in the midfield. And Neymar's going to unleash Vinicius Jr., who's got Richarlison on the left-hand side, but well defended by South Korea. The ball's loose in the middle of the park, and it's now Heung-min Sung is going to switch the play to the right-hand side. Can they find a pass? They're going to switch it all the way back towards Kim Young-won. And Jae-min Chan is tackled there. They lose possession, and Brazil try to break away in a quick counter-attack, but it's well defended by Jung Woo-young. And the ball's now on the right-hand side. Kim Min-hwan. South Korea just looking to try and enjoy a bit of spell and possession. They showed there with that shot from Hwang Yi-chan that they're almost certainly not out of this game just yet. And they have the ball on the left-hand side with Jin Soo Kim. Well defended by Eder Militao of Real Madrid. Champions League winner, of course. A pivotal part of that side. And it's Alison Becker on the ball at the moment. as Brazil have it back for goal kick. Alisson, and a real testament to how strong that Brazil side is, the fact that it's Alisson in goals. Of course, they have the spoils of Ederson as well on the bench of Manchester City, perhaps two of the best goalkeepers in the Premier League at the moment. Both playing in the one side. Alisson is the preferred goalkeeper for the national side over Ederson. However, should anything happen to Alisson, Ederson is almost certainly not a bad replacement to come off your bench. And Brazil have the ball. Lucas Paqueta tries to fake it towards Rafinha. It looked like it was going to go away, but Rafinha showed good pace and awareness to get the ball. He's going to give it back to Paqueta. Paqueta back to Eder Militao. Back to Paqueta. To Casemiro. And Casemiro's pass is loose back to Paqueta. And Paqueta tries to keep it in. It drizzles out for a South Korean throw. Just a couple of examples of that now in the past few minutes of some slack passing from the Brazilians. And it's up to South Korea really to try and take advantage of that now. It's Jin-Soo Kim to take the throw in. Hwang Hee-chan is there in support of Cho Gyu-sung. Tries to flick it back. And it's again well defended by Eder Militao. That's a poor clearance. However, can South Korea make anything of that? They can't. Brazil able to clear the ball. However, South Korea still have possession at the moment. And Jung Min-sung fouls. That's Lucas Paqueta in the midfield, and it goes to a Brazil free kick. It looks like an arm there by Jung Min-sung on Lucas Paqueta. Nothing much in that, but referee Clement Turpin does blow for the foul. And Brazil have the ball at the moment. We're 22 minutes into the game. Brazil 2, South Korea 0. Brazil looking to try and win their first World Cup since 2002. It would be an unprecedented 6 World Cups should they do so. They've got a long way to go for that still, of course. And they're on the ball at the moment. Eder Militao tries to switch the ball towards Vinicius Jr. And that's a great touch there by Vinicius Jr. to keep it in play. He's up against Kim In-hwan at the moment. Vinicius Jr. plays it to Danilo in support. The ball's whipped in across and it's punched away by the South Korean goalkeeper and falls as far as Eder Militao. Brazil going to try again here. Rafinha on the ball on the right-hand side. Tries to skip past 2 South Korean players and his touch is too much and they're able to get away. It's Jung Min-sung on the ball. He's fouled. Or is he fouled? The ball does fall out of play. Casemiro there making sure of that. And it was given as a foul. South Korea have the ball at the moment in the midfield. Look to try and play it quickly. At the moment it's Hwang Hee-chan on the left-hand side. Seems to be the out ball. Looks like they're trying to get the ball to him at the moment, but it's currently with Hwang In-byeon, who plays it now to Chan. Tries to play some intricate play with Ji-sung Kim. Ji-sung Kim on the ball now. Can he get the delivery into the box? It deflects off of Eder Militao and out for a South Korea corner. Can South Korea make anything of this upcoming corner? It's going to be the golden boy, Jung Min-sung, to take it. Can he get a good delivery into the box here? 24 minutes played. Brazil 2, South Korea 0. Whipped in. And Richarlison is there at the front post to comfortably see that away. However, the danger isn't over yet. South Korea still in the ball. It's going to be a shot from distance again. And Alisson is able to comfortably save that one this time. It was on target, but didn't have enough power on it to cause Alisson any issues. Brazil are going to take this one out quickly now. Neymar tries to play a lovely ball towards Vinicius Jr., but it's just not enough. Falls back into the grateful arms of Kim Sung-gyu. And the ball on the right-hand side now with Jae-sung Lee. He's got Cho Gyu-sung in support, but they opt to play it all the way back to Kim Young-gwon. On the left-hand side now. Going to Ji-soo Kim. Tries to play it in the middle towards Jung Min-sung. The pass is loose. And now it's a chance for Brazil to go on the counter-attack here. It's Neymar. He's going to try and go along himself, and he had the options there with Vinicius Junior on the left and Richarlison on the right, but he tried to do it all alone. However, it did deflect for a corner that they're going to take quickly here. Falls back to Neymar. We're going to slow it down a bit now. Have the ball comfortably back in possession at the halfway line. Eden Militao to Lucas Paqueta. Rafinha. Paqueta on the ball. Opts to switch the play across to Casemiro. Casemiro to Vinicius Junior. Well met there by Kim Min-hwan. It could launch South Korea into counter-attack now. It's Cho back to Kim Min-hwan. To Hwan In-beom in the midfield. Plays it across. And South Korea on the attack now. Tries to switch the play across. I believe that was Hwan In-beom, and it's intercepted easily by the Brazilians. The referee getting in the way of Neymar there. However, we do play on Neymar to Vinicius Junior on the left-hand side. Can he work a bit more magic here? Tries to get the ball across towards Richarlison. That's going to be out for a Brazil throw. And again, probably the best defending of the night for South Korea coming from the French referee. That's going to be a Brazil corner. They took the last one very quickly. Looks like they're getting the bodies up from defence to attack this corner. It's going to be Neymar to take. Marquinhos and Militao in the box. Some interesting set-piece takes so far. Neymar's going to just whip this one in, and it's well defended. Only as far as Rafinha, who's sitting on the edge of the area. Gets it to Vinicius Junior, who's going to whip that across, and again well defended by Brazil, or South Korea even, and Lucas Paqueta on the ball now on the right-hand side. Paqueta, good bit of footwork, plays it back to Casemiro. And that's a long ball into the box, defended again by South Korea. Richarlison is there to meet. But play there by Richarlison. Richarlison in the middle, and that's lovely football, and it's Richarlison, and it's game over, surely, for Brazil. They get the third goal of the game, just 28 minutes. And it's that man, Richarlison, at this World Cup, yet again with the goal. Lovely bit of play there by Brazil. And South Korea, they had a mountain to climb. I don't know what's higher than a mountain now, but they're certainly not looking like they're going to climb it. And again, another extravagant celebration from the Brazilians. And that's a massive, massive goal, because as we mentioned, South Korea looked like they responded well since the second goal. It's his 20th goal for Brazil, and his third at this World Cup for Richarlison. Celebrating with the bench and the manager. Not too sure what that's about. I think they practiced these beforehand, the Brazilians. And again, it initially comes from a good bit of play with his head from Richarlison to keep the play alive. And from there, it's an easy pass from Marquinhos into Casemiro. Lovely bit of football there to get the ball to Richarlison, bearing down on goal. And it's a lovely left-footed finish to give Brazil a 3-goal lead just half an hour into this game. And if you're South Korea now, how do you feel like responding to this? 2 goals is perhaps achievable, but 3 goals will require an absolute minor miracle. However, they're going to try it at the moment, and they're going to be broken away in the counter-attack there as they try and push bodies forward. And Brazil are going to come again here. Richarlison to Rafinha. Rafinha switches play to left-hand side with Vinicius Junior. Richarlison and Neymar in the box. Rafinha dropping back. Rafinha's going to take a shot himself, and it's miles over the bar from Rafinha. And it's just got into that stage for the Brazilians now where they feel like they can just hit it from anywhere. That's certainly what Rafinha done. Brazil playing some great football here. They'd have such a potent attack with the options they do have with Vinicius Junior, Rafinha, Neymar and Richarlison. Of course, options to bring off from the bench as well. Some injury news prior to the game that Gabriel Jesus is injured. That's, of course, a blow to them, but the third so far with Richarlison up front, that's for sure. And South Korea need to try and figure out how they're going to respond here. It's Kim Young-won on the ball. And it's Hwang In-beon. They're just going to try and hold on to possession at the moment with Jae Sung-lee. Or Kim Min-hwan even. Played all the way back towards Min-ji Kim. Switch play to Kim Young-won. Going to try playing in the midfield now. Trying to try and get Jung Min-sun involved in the game, and he is going to run at the Brazilian defence at the moment. He's got Hwang Hee-chan on the left-hand side. Can he cause any issues? This time he runs into the box. Can he get a chance? And it's a shot at a tight angle. Well saved by Allison. And goals. A half chance there for South Korea to get back into the game. And again, it comes from Hwang Hee-chan on the left-hand side. Does well to out-muscle Militao on the ball. It's a tight angle for him to go at. A comfortable save enough for Allison to make. And Brazil have the ball again. Thiago Silva to Danilo. They're just passing it amongst themselves now. Played all the way back. Play switches there to Militao. Militao to Marquinhos. Chips the ball up to Thiago Silva. Silva's got Casemiro in support. Casemiro plays it back to Silva, to Marquinhos now. And Marquinhos on the right-hand side to Eder Militao. And it's going to go to Casemiro now. Casemiro, Paqueta, Neymar. Back to Paqueta. Neymar back to Paqueta again. To Rafinha on the right. He's got Charleston support in front of him. Alongside Lucas Paqueta. Neymar's going to come short to support also. And Brazil just comfortably passing the ball along the back at the moment. Marquinhos in possession. Looking to try and switch the play pass towards Vinicius Jr. Gets it to Thiago Silva. To Danilo. Danilo to Neymar, who just seems to be everywhere along that attacking midfield line. On both sides of the ball. Playing that real free-flowing and free-form role in the attacking midfield behind Richarlison. But he's drifting out left in support of Vinicius Jr. and right in support of Rafinha, and he's just done it there in support of Vinicius Jr. as he gets the ball to him on the left-hand side. Jr. to Lucas Paqueta. Paqueta back to Rafinha. Has Rafinha got a bit of daylight to go for a shot here? Tries a bit of trickery. Gets the ball back to Lucas Paqueta. Paqueta to shot from Casemiro. And it's way wide from Casemiro, the Manchester United man. And again, Brazil now just opting to extravagant efforts on goal, just enjoying the football. At the moment, South Korea really just, it seems as if they've been invited along to the training match this evening, but they want to try and get back into the game. They have shown at times that there is quality there for them to get back into the game. And the long ball there from Kim Sung-ju. They do have the ball at the moment. South Korea played in to the middle of the park, and referee deems a foul. South Korea have a free kick at the halfway line. Cho-gyu Sung fouled by Casemiro there, and they're going to play the ball quickly to Hwang Hee-chan on the left-hand side, where seems to all be coming from at the moment for South Korea. Jin Soo Kim is there in support. However, it's well dealt with by Brazil. South Korean throw. Hwang Hee-chan back to Jung Woo-young. Switches the play all the way towards Jae Sung-lee. Or Kim Min-hwan even. The ball was already out of play, as that ball was just too much to switch the play. And again, looking at that goal again, lovely bit of play there from Richarlison. Great control to get it to Marquinhos. Marquinhos high up the park finds the pass towards Thiago Silva. Great link-up play by the two Brazilian centre-halves high up the field there. And Brazil are going to come again. It's Richarlison on the ball. He's got Neymar and Vinicius Jr. on the left-hand side. He feeds it to Neymar. Neymar to Vinicius Jr. Could this be for Vinicius Jr.? Bend in a goal, chips it up, And is that 4? Yes, it is 4. And this is becoming an absolute rout for Brazil. Is Lucas Paqueta with the goal. 35 minutes played. And this is just getting from bad to the absolute worst for South Korea. Lovely counter-attacking football from Brazil. And it was an easy finish for Lucas Paqueta. Get Brazil's 4th of this game, just 35 minutes in. And we thought that South Korea might have caused some kind of issues for them this evening, but it's just not been the case. This has been excellent from Brazil so far. Again, lovely play there. Neymar to Vinicius Jr. Vinicius Jr. teased that up on a plate for Lucas Paqueta. What a lovely little chipped cross into the box. It's absolutely the kind of ball you want to get there. He makes the right run and he makes a lovely finish of it as well. And everything Brazil touches at the moment is just turning to absolute solid gold. And South Korea just don't know how to handle it. Lucas Paqueta with the goal. And South Korea are going to try and kick off again. It is Brazil 4, South Korea 0. And that should be Brazil all the way through to the quarter-finals. However, we do still have a bit of football match to play. Can they potentially make it 5 here? Richarlison almost sent them on a counter-attack for the 5th goal, but he takes a loose touch and South Korea able to recover. And the ball's now out with Kim Min-hwan. Switches to play towards Hwang Yi-chan. Jeong Min-sung just struggling to get into the game at the moment. Hwang Yi-chan on the left-hand side. Every time double marked, but he gets the ball to Son this time. Can Son work any kind of magic here? He tries to cut inside into the middle, and the ball's going to switch to play, but it's going to go to Son again. Son on the right-hand side to Kim Min-hwan. South Korea on the ball at the moment with Ji-sung Lee. And again, South Korea just don't know what to do at the moment. Hwang In-byeon on the ball in the midfield. Every attack made by a strong line of Brazilian defenders. Hwang Yi-chan on the ball to Hwang In-byeon. In-byeon's going to try and switch the play all across to Ji-sung Lee. He's got Son in support. Heung-min Son of Tottenham Hotspur. Looking for his options, looking to try and work a bit of magic. This is a good bit of football here from South Korea at the moment. However, it's Ji-sung Kim. Kim to Hwang In-byeon. That's a lovely pass there. Can South Korea get a shot? Is that a claim for a penalty in the box? The referee says no. It was Hwang Yi-chan taken down in the box, stopped by Eder Militao as he was advancing through. Militao does get a bit of an arm on him there. Hwang Yi-chan goes down slightly easily, but Clement Turpin rules no penalty, and it would have, of course, been looked at by the VAR, which also deemed no penalty. So we do play on here at Stadium 974. And again, Brazil just taking the absolute mickey out of them at the moment. Lovely bit of play there from Vinicius Jr. It's like a training match for them this evening. Neymar to Richarlison. Richarlison tries to play it to Vinicius Jr. But he's met with a strong tackle by Min-ji Kim. Took a sore one there. Brazil or South Korea even have the ball at the moment. Hwang In-byeon to Heung-min Son. To Kim Yong-gwon. Ball switched across towards Ji-sung Lee. Ji-sung Lee's going to try and work any kind of magic here. There's a good little 1-2 there. Ji-sung Lee still on the ball at the moment. Or Kim Min-hwan even. Well defended by Brazil when Casemiro is able to collect the ball. Brazil have the ball comfortably in possession again with Eder Militao. Militao tries to play the ball towards Rafinha, but South Korea are able to intercept. It's a loose ball, however, and Rafinha is able to recover again. Tries to play the ball to Richarlison. Brazil still on possession at the moment. Marquinhos at the back line, tries to switch it all the way across towards Danilo. He's got Neymar, and Neymar plays it out to Vinicius Jr. on the left-hand side. Back to Jin-Soo Kim. Back to Neymar. Don't forget you can follow the Commentary Hub on Twitter. Our Twitter handle is @CommentaryLive1. You're listening to the Commentary Hub's alternative coverage of Brazil versus South Korea. We're 41 minutes into the game at the moment. Brazil have the ball at the halfway line. And they aren't able to hold on to possession at the moment. South Korea are able to get it back for a spell on the ball. It's Hwang Hee-byun. His pass is intercepted. The loose ball tries to go up to Heung-min Son. Is well defended. He's down at the moment, but Brazil are going to play on. However, they are going to stop the play for the injury to Heung-min Son. He took a sore one there. Taking off his mask. Could have potentially been aggravating his eye even. Difficult to see exactly what happened there against Marquinhos. Marquinhos gives him a body blow. Don't know why that prompted Heung-min Son to take his mask off. But he's back up on his feet at the moment. I think he just took a sore one to the chest from Marquinhos there. He's struggled to get into the game at the moment, however, as have most of the South Korean players. Has been really all Brazil as we're coming up in towards half-time. Said 42 minutes played. Brazil have the ball with the Militao. Paqueta. Back to Marquinhos. Marquinhos to Thiago Silva of Chelsea. To Danilo. Plays it all the way back towards Alisson in goals. Alisson's going to try and play it up towards Richarlison, but it's well intercepted by the South Koreans. They're going to come again here at the halfway line. And South Korea passing it amongst themselves at the moment with Min-jae Kim, who tries to play the ball up, and it's now on the right-hand side with Jae-sung Lee. Jae-sung Lee plays it in the middle. Cross all the way across towards Hwang Hee-chang. And it's intercepted by Brazil, and it's Rafinha now on the ball in the middle of the park. Tries to get it past 1-2 South Korean players, but is fouled. And we're going to have the first booking of the game as a result of that foul. And that booking goes to Young Woo Young, midfielder. A cynical challenge. Quite similar, however, to the challenge on Militao and Hwang Hee-chan, which was deemed not a penalty, but that was, in this particular instance, deemed foul midfield. Militao on the ball now. And they try and play it up towards Rafinha. And it goes all the way back towards Kim Sung-gyu. Really, it's difficult to tell now how South Korea possibly get themselves back into this game. A goal would certainly be a start for them, but they don't look like doing that at the moment either. Hwang Hee-chan can't get into possession there from the ball across. Vinicius Jr. is there to intercept. Great interception there from Vinicius Jr. Hwang Hee-byun. And South Korea on the ball at the moment. Tries to play a long ball towards Cho Gyu-sung, who's had an extremely quiet game. If we're talking about Heung-min Son having a quiet game, Cho Gyu-sung has been non-existent, really. He's not able to get in the end of that long ball. Brazil have it back at the moment. Richarlison on the ball. Paqueta to Rafinha on the right-hand side, advancing into the box now. Is this going to be 5? Paqueta with a shot, and it's saved by Kim Sung-gyu, and goals to deny Brazil a 5th goal before half-time. And a good save there prevents the 5th goal of the game falling to the Brazilians. And the throw-in doesn't lead to anything of consequence. Going to have 5 minutes of added time. And South Korea have the ball. Young-Ming's son, can he work a bit of magic? He's well defended there by Marquinhos. A lovely bit of play there from Brazil to get the ball into the box again. Paqueta just tries to be a bit fancy with his finish there, almost outside of the boot. And it's a relatively comfortable save for Kim Sung-gyu to make. Whether they're going to go again here, Brazil, with Neymar on the ball to Vinicius Jr. Can he get the ball across? And oh, it's almost a tapping away from the 5th goal of the game. Again, a lovely delivery from Vinicius Jr. in towards Rafinha. Rafinha puts his boot up high to try and get there, and it's just not high enough. Rafinha will be happy with himself not getting on the end of that. Again, a lovely delivery from Vinicius Jr., who's quite simply been outstanding this evening so far. We're 97 minutes into 5 minutes of added time. It's Danilo on the ball, switches across to Marquinhos. Marquinhos now to Lucas Paqueta. Back to Marquinhos. Brazil just playing it along the back line. Thiago Silva to Casemiro. It's a lovely forward pass to Rafinha. He's got a couple of options here. He opts to go to Neymar. Neymar advancing into the box. Tries a bit of skill, and it's defended by South Korea, who are perhaps going to go into a counter-attack now. Can they do so? Brazil are there to meet them. Good defending again from Brazil. And the ball falls all the way back to Kim Sung-gyu in goals, and it really is just fancy footwork time for the Brazilian star. An absolute cruise control here, and really just treating this like a training match at this stage. South Korea aren't. They're on the ball at the moment. Ball switched across towards Hwang Hee-chan and just can't get that ball down. However, it's a loose touch from Rafinha. Hwang Hee-chan's going to try and pounce onto it. It's well defended by Lucas Paqueta, who plays the ball towards Richarlison. Now he's got Neymar and Vinicius Jr. in the box. He's going to opt to go it alone. Richarlison! Shot saved. Falls to Neymar. And Neymar can't get a touch on it to get it past, or he does, but it's a loose touch. And South Korea are able to go again. 48 minutes into the game. We have 5 minutes of added time here. South Korea have the ball comfortably in the midfield. Hwang Hee-chan on the left-hand side. He's going to come up against Rafinha, but he opts to go in the middle with Hwang In-beon to Young-woo Young. Now it's on the right-hand side. Kim Min-hwan tries to get it into the box towards Chu Gyu-sung, and the ball falls towards Hwang Hee-chan. Can he find any kind of options here? Brazil are back and defending. The ball's going to whip towards the back post. And again, well defended away by Brazil. However, South Korea still on the ball at the moment with Kim Min-hwan. Can he get a delivery into the box? It's falls to Young-Ming-sung, who's going to try and cut inside to look for the angle to shoot, but he's intercepted, and it's going to fall to Richarlison now in the middle of the park. Hwang In-beon tackles Richarlison. And it's going to be deemed as a foul. And again, looking back at that chance there for Richarlison. Tries to slot it into the bottom right-hand corner. That's 2 golden opportunities. 3 golden opportunities Brazil have had to try and add to the scoreline, the 4-0 scoreline at half-time, as we are coming up to the stroke of half-time. 49 minutes and 53 seconds, 5 minutes added on. Brazil comfortably have the ball in possession. Vinicius Jr. on the left-hand side, and that is that for the first half of football at Stadium 974. And it's been an absolute training match for the Brazilians so far. South Korea completely all over the place. Things got bad or worse from them in the opening stages. 7 minutes into the game, and Vinicius Jr. calmly put the ball into the back of the net from the cross across from Rafinha. Then Neymar added a penalty in 13 minutes. Richarlison got himself a goal assisted by Thiago Silva in the box. And then to round things off in 36 minutes, Lucas Paqueta was teed up by Vinicius Jr. for an excellent finish to make it 4-0 to Brazil at half-time. It's going to take the absolute miracle of miracles if South Korea are getting anything into this game. But we'll find out in the second half coming up in just around 15 minutes' time. And welcome back to the Commentary Hub's coverage of the FIFA 2022 World Cup last 16 game. Of course, Brazil versus South Korea. We already had 45 minutes of all Brazil all the time. They take a 4-goal lead into the second half. And how does South Korea even think of responding to this, as we are just seconds away from kick-off? Brazil to take this time. Richarlison and Neymar standing over the ball. And we are kicked off here in the second half. And will we see any kind of resurgence from South Korea? Is it just all going to be all Brazil for the next half? It seems like at the moment Neymar on the ball, whoever he is, dispossessed, and South Korea have it back. However, that is intercepted, and this could be on for a 5th goal when it's saved by the goalkeeper. Gu in goals. Rafinha with a weak effort on target. And no changes for either side, interestingly enough, going into the second half. South Korea have the ball at the moment. Kim Seung-gyu in goal, switches it to Min-ji Kim in the back. Expected perhaps a couple of changes for maybe even South Korea to see if they can do anything, but perhaps have admitted defeat here this evening. You wouldn't blame them if they have done so, but they're on the ball at the moment. Kim with Jisoo Kim tries to play a long ball towards Heung-min Son, and this could be an opportunity for Heung-min Son, and that's been the best opportunity of the game so far for South Korea, and it's well saved by Alisson in goals. It's just a long ball up that catches Brazil out. Marquinhos doesn't know, or doesn't seem to be aware of where Heung-min Son is. Heung-min Son does really well to fashion the chance for himself. And again, a great save from Alisson denies South Korea, as it did in the first half. They take the ball in, that's a poor corner. However, it's defended at the near post by Richarlison, and out for another South Korea throw, or corner even. Heung-min Son to take. Can South Korea get anything out of this game at all? They've got all the bodies in the box. Heung-min Son delivers into the box, it's defended. If it's going to fall to South Korean player in the midfield, he's going to try and get it back out to Heung-min Son, and it's almost a perfect pass towards him. Just not good enough. It goes out for a goal kick. The danger is over. And that is an outstanding save there from Alisson. You really did think Heung-min Son in that situation would make it 4-1. But Brazil come away. A clean sheet is intact for the moment. Marquinhos on the ball to Eder Militao. Back to Marquinhos. South Korea putting a bit of pressure on the Brazilian back line at the moment, but they're dealing with it comfortably for now with Alisson to Marquinhos. Marquinhos advancing forward on the ball, plays it back to Thiago Silva. Silva lacking a few options there. Pressure again from South Korea, but it's well dealt with. And they're going to find the ball in the midfield now, Brazil. They get it to the right-hand side with Rafinha, the assister of the opening goal by Vinicius Jr. Tries to get in the middle with Lucas Paqueta, but it's well defended. And noticeably a lot of empty seats around the stadium. Not sure if people are just late getting back, or if some people have just packed up and went home, thinking that that is that. Brazil on the ball. Thiago Silva to Lucas Paqueta. Switches the play at the moment. It's Rafinha on the right-hand side. And Rafinha's going to try and advance that into the area. Can't do so. He opts to go into the midfield. Brazil on the ball. Vinicius Jr. now on the right-hand side. Vinicius Jr. looking for support. He plays a loose pass that's met by a South Korean man, but they've got the ball with Heung-min Son. And they have the ball now at the back line with Kim Young-won on the ball. Just to inform you, there was actually a couple of changes at half-time. Young-Woo Young, who was on a booking, has went off for Jun-Ho San, and Chao Hong has came on for Jin-Soo Kim. South Korea on the ball. Hwang Hee-chan on the ball. Try and play a cross pass towards Kim Min-hwan, but they can't do so, and Brazil are going to launch into an attack again. Here it's Rafinha on the right-hand side. Can he get the ball across towards Neymar? No, he can't, and it's out for a corner kick. And again, a lovely cross ball there. Rafinha in a lot of space. Brazil missed a lot of chances at the end of that half to add to their lead. They've been a bit more complacent on the ball now, as you might expect, being full up. Of course, in the opening 35 minutes, it's Hwang Hee-chan on the ball now. He's actually switched wings from where he was in the first half, playing on the left wing. He's back on the right now. Hwang Hee-byung plays it all the way back to Kim Young-won. To Chao Hong. And that's a cross ball all the way to Hwang Hee-chan. Well dealt with, but Hwang will find the ball. Now he's going to try and cut inside, looking for Hyun Min Sung in the box. And his pass just goes astray, as well dealt with by Thiago Silva. South Korea have a throw-in Brazil's half. It's Kim Min-hwan on the ball. Plays it to Min-ji Kim. We're going to try and play a cross ball, but they opt to go back the way to Kim Young-won. Back to Min-ji Kim. He's going to advance forward now, looking for any kind of forward option. He's going to switch the play all over. Is that good enough to keep in? Yes, it is. From Chao Hong, the substitute. And it's played in the middle of the park now. Hwang Hee-byung. That's a good bit of football there. Can they make anything of it? Eda Militao is able to comfortably see the ball out. South Korea looking slightly more positive than the first half showing, but still need to try and get efforts on goal. They want any kind of opportunity to get back into this game. And Brazil have the ball from the goal kick. Alisson plays it quickly to Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva, ball's in the Brazil box at the moment. South Korea putting pressure on with Cho Kyu-sung. Lifts the ball up and Lucas Paqueta is able to get her. Well defended by South Korea, but it's going to go out for a Brazil throw on the halfway line with Rafinha. Rafinha having a good evening so far. Yet to get himself a goal. Had a good couple of opportunities in the first half. As they did get that lovely assist for Vinicius Jr. Ball into the box, fell all the way across and gratefully to the feet of Vinicius Jr. in the opening minutes of the game. Brazil the lead, and we all know how that went from there. Vinicius Jr. on the ball at the moment. Plays back to Daniel Yu, tries a cross ball towards Rafinha. Can he get there? Well defended by Chao Hong. And out for a Brazil throw. And they're going to try and come again here. Eda Militao. Lucas Paqueta. Paqueta switches the play towards Thiago Silva. Silva to Neymar, who's came back deep in support, as he has been doing this game. Seems to be playing everywhere at the moment. It's Eda Militao on the ball now. Neymar back again. Takes it past one, takes it past two. Gets it to Militao, who's there in support. Militao back to Danilo, who's going to try a cross ball towards Rafinha, who's in a lot of space on that right-hand side. Can he take on Cho Hyung here? Is he going to try and opt to get to the box? He gets it all the way to Vinicius Jr. at the back post, but it's well defended by South Korea, and Brazil are going to come again. Casemiro to Marquinhos. Marquinhos switches the play to Rafinha on the right-hand side yet again. Rafinha against Cho Hyung. Plays it into the box with Paqueta. Back to Rafinha. Rafinha turns Hyung. Can he get a shot away? Good shot from Rafinha, and a great save by Kim Sung-woo. A difficult one. The danger's not over yet. However, Vinicius Jr. takes a shot, and it's out, I believe, for a goal kick. A good bit of footwork there for Rafinha to fashion the chance for himself, turning the substitute Cho Hyung inside out. And the first bit of light he gets on that, takes the shot, with his left foot. And Kim Seung-gyu makes a good save of it. That's a couple of good saves he's had, given it's a 4-0. He's had to put the ball at the back in it 4 times this evening. And Cho Gyu-sung had the ball, but well defended by Casemiro. Brazil on the ball at the moment with Rafinha. Yet again on that right-hand side. At the halfway mark. Opts to play back to Marquinhos. And they're going to switch a play across the left-hand side with Danilo and Casemiro there. Switches it to Marquinhos, who's playing as the right-sided centre-half in this formation. Dodgy bit of passing there, almost intercepted, but well dealt with. And the ball goes to Neymar. Neymar tries a fancy flick pass towards Richarlison, and it's dealt with by South Korea. South Korea have the ball now with Jason Lee even. Min-jae Kim on the ball. And they're going to come again here. Wang Yi-chan in the midfield. Gets to Hwang In-beon. Lovely play across to Jae-sung Lee. Intercepted by Brazil. They're going to come again here. Eder Militao advancing from the middle of the park. Does he have his options here? He's going to opt to try and get it into his more familiar left-hand side. Vinicius Jr. plays it to Neymar. Neymar looking the next pass on. Is fouled on the edge of the area. It's going to be a free kick in a dangerous position. Perhaps Neymar territory for Brazil. Looks like he was maybe even trying to win that foul there, goading Son into that tackle. Jun-Hoo's Son, the substitute. And it's going to be a free kick. So just over 20 yards from goal. A nice central line. Favours perhaps a right footer such as Neymar. Maybe just a bit too far out to go for the shot, but you can tell he's absolutely going to go for it. Casemiro standing over the ball as well alongside Rafinha, but all eyes on Neymar at the moment. That's going to be Neymar standing over this. Kim Seung-gyu in goals, trying to arrange his wall. I said Brazil beat South Korea 5-1 earlier this year. Can they get the 5th goal this year in the World Cup? Neymar's definitely taking this, or is it? It's going to be Rafinha to take. And he snatches that off of Neymar's foot there. The left-footed player, perhaps to try and catch out Kim Seung-gyu, and it goes well wide of the goal. Did, however, deflect off the wall, so it's going to be a corner. With Neymar to take, trying to get the crowd going, Neymar. The big guys coming from the back, Marquinhos and Militao advancing into the box. South Korea have had more corners in this game. Neymar takes it short to Vinicius Jr. Tries to whip the ball in at the back, and it's no good, and South Korea are able to go and perhaps launch a counter-attack here. It's Heung-min Son on the ball. He's got 3 Brazilians around him, falls to the ground, and the referee Clement Turpin deems that a foul. It did appear to be a foul. It looked like on the replay Richarlison perhaps won the ball. But South Korea have the ball at the moment with Cho Hyung. Back to Kim Young-gwon. To Hwang In-beon. Hwang In-beon switches it to the right-hand side with Min-jae Kim. And now to Kim Moon-hwan. Can he get a good delivery? It falls all the way to the back post. Can they make anything of this here? South Korea, they try to get the ball back in. And it can't beat the first man. However, they're still on the ball at the moment. It's Chong. Or Hyung even on the ball. Lovely bit of footwork there, and it's well dealt with by Brazil. Hwang In-beon on the ball on the left-hand side. Tries to play it into the middle. Can't do anything with it. And they're going to opt to play it all the way back and keep possession comfortably at the halfway line with Jun-Hon So. Switches the play. That's a lovely switch of play there to Kim Min-hwan. Can he fashion any kind of opportunity here? Plays it to Heung-min Son on the edge of the area, but he's been pushed back by that Brazilian line. Sun tries to play a ball back into Kim Min Hwan. It's intercepted, and Brazil are going to launch themselves into counter-attack now with Eder Militao on the left-hand side. Gets it to Richarlison. Tries to get it back to Eder Militao, and it's well dealt with by Jun-Hoo Sun. And the clearance falls all the way back to Brazil. And they're going to have the ball comfortably at the halfway line, passing it along their back line with Lucas Paqueta in the midfield to Militao, playing as the right back this evening. Rafinha, Paqueta, Casemiro, back to Paqueta, back to Marquinhos. And Marquinhos to Thiago Silva at the halfway line, looking to try and play a cross ball. Hopes to play Militao, who then gets to do Rafinha on the right-hand side. Lovely bit of play there between Rafinha and Lucas Paqueta. But Rafinha is pegged back towards Eder Militao, who's there in support. And they opt to now switch to play to the left-hand side with Thiago Silva. Silva now to Danilo. Vinicius Junior advancing forward into the box. Neymar's there in support, tries to get the ball to Vinicius Junior, and it's intercepted by South Korea, and they have the ball again for a rare spell of possession with Wang Hee-chang. Tries to skip past Richarlison, is fouled, and we've got to play on here with a free kick for South Korea. They're going to take it quickly. Jun-Hoo Sung on the ball, the substitute, and it's Hwang Yin-byung on the ball. Plays it to Hyun-Min Son now, sitting on the right-hand side to Kim Min Hwan. South Korea just enjoying a spell of possession, playing it across with Jun-Hoo Sun. And now the ball's played on to the left-hand side of Hwang Hee-chan, who's now opted to go on the left. He was on the right for the early stages of the first half, or the second half even. Now he's back on the left-hand side. He seems to be the real danger man for South Korea, if they have had a danger man this evening. He did have a speculative effort even at 2-0. Well saved by Alisson. Brazil have the ball again. That's a lovely flick there to get the ball to Vinicius Junior, as calm as you like. And Vinicius Junior's going to advance forward now. He's got Neymar on the left-hand side. Neymar can feed that back to Vinicius Junior, but he's going to opt to run into the middle. He gets it to Rafinha. Rafinha, lovely bit of trick. Rafinha with the shot. And Kim Sung-gyu with another save to deny Rafinha what would be a much-deserved goal this evening. Good bit of play there from Brazil. Vinicius Junior dancing forward. Neymar taking the ball, finding Rafinha. Rafinha making the space for himself again to try and opt for the shot, but it's another shot across goal, which Kim Sung-gyu's funnily enough been able to deal with. And now we've got a substitution. And what a substitution to bring on the man, the myth, and the absolute legend, Dani Alves, coming on, 38 years of age. Funnily enough, only playing at his fourth World Cup even. His first World Cup was back in 2010 in South Africa, age 27. He only made his debut for Brazil just after the 2006 World Cup, which is why he never played any part in that. So his first one was 2010. That's going to be the ball to deliver now for Rafinha to deliver, and he tries to get it at Wilson at the front post, and it's dealt with by South Korea. The ball falls to Hyun-Min Son. He's got a lot to do there, and he's dispossessed. It's Richarlison. He's got Neymar in the middle. Can he find any options? He can't, and the ball's still with Brazil when the referee blows for a foul in the box. It's going to be a free kick to South Korea. Richarlison just fouling Kim Young-won there. And South Korea have the ball back in possession at the moment. It's in the midfield with Jun-Hoo Sun. Hwang Hee-chan now on the right-hand side. Seemingly switching between the right-hand side and the left-hand side quite often, Hwang Hee-chan. It's Danilo in the middle too. Lovely bit of football there. Dani Alves is going to take the ball on the right-hand side to Rafinha. Back to Dani Alves. Alves back to Marquinhos. I have to say, it does feel strange in 2022 watching a World Cup game and saying the words Dani Alves. He did play in that game against Cameroon as well, of course. And a free kick at the halfway line. Casemiro filled by Huang Yi-chang. It's going to be another substitution. It's going to be the other midfielder, Huang Yin-bion, to come off. And he is replaced by Songhyo Palik. Brazil on the ball. That's a loose pass across. South Korea able to intercept that. Whether Brazil are able to get it back with Danilo. Danilo now. Calming the game down. To Thiago Silva, to Marquinhos. To Dani Alves. Back to Marquinhos. Back to Dani Alves. That's a lovely ball towards Rafinha. Is he onside? The referee keeps his flag down. Rafinha looking for Richarlison in the middle. Richarlison can't get a crucial touch on it to send it goalwards. And the referee's flag won't matter. It's still down at the moment, so South Korea play on. There was a hint of offside, but wouldn't have mattered anyway. Huang Yi-chang on the ball. He's got Cho in front of him. Cho takes a heavy touch and is fouled there. As he fouled, the referee waves play on. Vinicius Jr. on the left-hand side. He's got far too much to do there, Vinicius Jr. And well defended by South Korea. They have the ball back with Min-ji Kim. And the ball switched across to Jisoo Kim. To Huang Yi-chan. And they've switched the ball all the way across to Min-ji Kim. Min-ji Kim to Kim Min-hwan. And the ball in the midfield with Songhyo Paik, number 8. Songhyo Paik looking for the long pass, but opts to play it short on the right. Huang Yi-chan can get a good delivery into the box. It's defended well by Brazil. Oh, and that's a potentially loose pass. Can Alisson get there? Yes, he can. Dani Alves is given the ball in a difficult position. Tries to get the ball to Rafinha, and well defended by South Korea to get the ball out for a throw-in Brazil's half. South Korea just slightly coming back into the game. Might be a case of too little too late for them, but they'd like to send their fans home happy with a goal of some kind, I'm sure. It was a big achievement for them to get to this stage, especially in the highly competitive group they were in with Ghana and Uruguay. They did come down right to the wire. They had to beat Portugal to get through. That's no easy feat. And a draw with Uruguay as well, with the talent that they had, didn't really show it at this World Cup. Lovely bit of play there from Kim Min-hwan. And they have the ball now on the right-hand side, South Korea. Huang Yi-chan plays in the middle to Songhyo Paik. And they're going to try and switch the play across. Jae-sung Lee to the left-hand side. Is that a good delivery into the box? And it falls. Can he get a shot away? It's saved. Can he get any kind of shot away? It's a scramble in the box and Brazil are able to clear it. Panic stations there for Brazil. A great save from Alisson, which would have gave Korea a goal in this game. Lovely ball into the box. It's Cho Gyu-sung who falls down and it hits off him as well. The shot may have been goalwards from the loose cross. Huang Yi-chan would have had a deserved goal. Actually, well saved initially by Alisson, but the save wasn't actually enough. It was going goalwards, and it was Cho Gyu-sung who was lying on the ground from what looked like a perceived foul on his side. He perhaps going down too easily in the box and was down at that point in time, and it was him sitting there lying like that that prevented South Korea from getting a goal back in this game. And they have the ball at the moment. They might feel a bit infused by that opportunity they had there. It's Heung-min-son on the ball. However, there is an injury, so the play is going to stop. I believe it was the referee that stopped the play in this instance, despite no sign of a head injury. Looking to see who it was that has went down. I believe it was Casemiro. I said the referee stopped the play there. No sign of a head injury, however, for Casemiro. And a bit of a limp, but he is up on his feet now. Brazil fans absolutely loving it. They should be all but through to the quarter-finals where they'll play Croatia, and we're surely expecting to be in the semi-finals after that. This is a team that came here to win this tournament, and they're showing it so far. They did in the first half, a slower second half so far. Neymar fouled there by the number 13, John Ho's son. There's going to be a couple of substitutions for Brazil. I believe that's Gabriel Martinelli, who's going to be making his way onto the park soon. Could perhaps be making way for Neymar. We'll have to wait and see when those subs are made. And Thiago Silva on the ball at the moment with the free kick. Tries to lump it towards Danilo. He tries to get the ball in towards the net. It's a loose pass, well dealt with by South Korea. And they have the ball now on the right-hand side with Wang Yi-chang, who switches the ball all the way back to find more space for Kim Young-gwon at centre half. Now in the midfield with John Ho's son. Switches the play towards Wang Yi-chang. Can he keep that in play? Yes, he can. Can he make anything of note here for South Korea to get a chance? It's going to fall to Kim Min-hwan, who's going to deliver it into the box. Can it go to the back post for Chul Hong? No, it can't. It's out for a throw-in for Brazil. And South Korea, as I said, looking slightly more dangerous now. And we're going to get those substitutions. Danilo is going to be coming off for Gleison Bremer. And Vinicius Jr. is going to come off for Gabriel Martinelli. Not a bad substitution to make there whatsoever, taking off a player of that quality for a player who has been really one of the standout stars in the Premier League for an Arsenal team that are flying high at the top of the Premier League table. And Danilo making way for Gleison Bremer of Torino. Or Juventus even. And there's that excellent goal there from Vinicius Jr. Gleison Bremer recently signed for Juventus in the summer from Torino. And he's going to get some minutes at the end of this game. We're 71 minutes in to this game. It's Brazil 4, South Korea 0 on the commentary hub. And Brazil just looking to try and see this out now without any massive hiccups. I'm sure focus will be on trying to get that clean sheet now for them. Definitely a great response from that loss to Cameroon in the final game of the group, but it was a bit of a dead rubber for them. And they're all on the ball at the moment with Gabriel Martinelli to Neymar. Neymar now. And they're just looking relaxed and possession at the moment, trying to use up too much energy. They do have a date in the quarterfinals, all but sketched up for them now, surely. And they have the ball at the moment with Bremer on the left-hand side. Plays it back to Thiago Silva. Back to Marquinhos. Back to Alisson Becker. Then goes to Marquinhos. Tries to play a long pass and it's able to be intercepted, but it's a loose touch. And Brazil are able to get the ball back. And it's going to be deemed a free kick there from Richarlison. And that free kick was conceded against Kim Young-gwon. So South Korea have the ball now. They're going to make another change just now. And it's going to be Ji Sung Lee who's coming off. Making way for Lee Kang-in. Lee Kang-in, of course, played for Valencia. Now finds himself at Mallorca. South Korea have potentially an opportunity on goal. It's Young-min Son, Wang Yi-chan on the right-hand side. And again, well defended by Gabriel Martinelli. It's going to be a throw-in to South Korea, however. It's Wang Yi-chan. plays it out the way towards Junho's son. Can they fashion any kind of opportunity here? It's Pike in the box to Hyun-Min Son on the edge of the area, and he tries to switch it out wide, but his pass is just too much, and he has struggled to get into the game this evening. Had an excellent opportunity at the start of the first half, but since then has struggled to get into the game. Bremer now on the ball with the throw into Neymar. Neymar tackled. It's going to be a Brazil throw in their own half. And it's going to be Neymar to take. He throws that forward towards Martinelli, but it's well defended. And Brazil are going to get the ball back, but the referee is actually going to deem that there's a foul there by Bremer on Cho Sung. It's going to be Hyun-Min Son to take this free kick. Potentially whip that into the area. Hyun-Min Son to take this free kick with 75 minutes into the game. Lee is also over the penalty, the substitute, Lee Kang-in. It'll be interesting to see who it is that will take this one. Brazil 4, South Korea 0. Brazil currently cruising towards the last 8 of the World Cup. It's going to be Lee to deliver that into the area. It's well defended. Whoever falls, as far as Pike with a strike. Oh, what a strike! And what a goal from the substitute out of absolutely nowhere. South Korea, the comeback is on. 15 minutes to go. They need to find themselves 3 goals to get this to extra time. That's one way to do it. And it's the substitute number 8. Sung-Hoo Pike with the goal. What a strike that is. Without doubt, one of the goals of the tournament. Are they maybe going to flag that back for offside? We'll have to wait and see. It would be an absolute crying shame if they do, because that is one of the goals of the tournament. The way he hits that on the volley, edge of the area. Upon the replay, may have taken a deflection. I think it did. A massive deflection, in fact, in order to beat Alisson in goals. And Korea have a go back in this game. And where do they really go from here? They've got to find another 3 in the next 14 minutes, plus, of course, added time, but I doubt there'll be that much, given how this second half has been. However, they are looking resurged, but it's Gabriel Martinelli on the ball. That's going to be a free kick to Brazil. Why not visit our Facebook page? The best way to follow the Commentary Hub is go to facebook.com/the Commentary Hub. They said we are showing every single game at this World Cup and alternative commentary. So you're never far away from the next one. That's for sure. Tomorrow's games, of course, Morocco versus Spain and Portugal versus Switzerland. Brazil on the ball at the moment with Gabriel Martinelli to Lucas Paqueta. Back to Bremer. Bremer to Thiago Silva. To Dani Alves. That's on the right-hand side now with Rafinha. Dani is even. Rafinha. Dani Alves in support. He's got Richarlison there as well on the right-hand side. Alves to Rafinha. And it's well intercepted there by Chul Hong. And South Korea are going to try and go again here for the second of the game. It's Hwang Yi-chan on the ball on the right-hand side. Plays it into the middle to Pike, the goal scorer. And it's played across to Chul Hong. And South Korea are going to go again here with Junho's son to Min Ji Kim on the right-hand side, centre half. Looking for his options. They're going to try and play it quickly there, but it's well intercepted by Brazil. However, it's a loose touch. It's going to be Min Ji Kim with the goal again, or the ball again, and he plays it all the way across. Could that be the second goal of the game? And Alisson is forced into an exceptional save there to keep South Korea from the second of the game. Chance there for Cho Gyu-sung on the ball. It's a lovely ball forward. Looks onside, well timed. And Allison had to get that right there. He takes a shot into the ground. It's an awkward one for him. Now the man who just had that chance there, Cho Gyu-sung, is going to come off. South Korea exhausted their substitutions in this game. Iljo Hwang is going to come on up front, and Allison is going to make way now. I believe it's going to be the number 12 for Brazil. Not every time we see that. It's going to be Weverton who's going to be in goals for the remaining 10 minutes of the game. Not sure if they want to do that or not, given that he was just forced into an excellent save there, Allison, to keep the game at 4-1. But it is the Palmeiras goalkeeper who's finding himself in for the last 10 minutes. Neymar also coming off for another Real Madrid star of this Brazil team, Rodrigo. Again, not a bad substitution to make at all. Gabriel Martinelli try and find the ball on the left-hand side. Can he get an opportunity straight away for Rodrigo? And it's well saved, or well cleared out by Kim Soo-gyu. Gabriel Martinelli leaves it for Bremer. Throwing in a dangerous position here, deep into South Korea's half. Wang Yi-chan tries to clear the ball. It's brought back by Brazil, and it's going to fall to Kim Young-gwan. And that's an interesting play there from South Korea at the back, but they managed to get it clear. 81 minutes played here. It's still Brazil 4, South Korea 1. South Korea have pegged one back in the last 10 minutes. With a speculative effort by Pike, it looked like it took a deflection on the way to get past Allison. However, Allison forced into a good save before coming off of Everton. That's going to fall all the way back to Everton in goals. He lumps it forward towards Dani Alves. South Korea on the ball at the moment with Kim Young-won. To Min-jin Kim. Back to Kim Min-hwan. Back to Min-ji Kim. Back to Kim Min-hwan on the right-hand side. They're just passing it amongst themselves, and that's a lovely long ball towards the substitute. Can he make anything of it? Marquinhos throws himself in front of that to stop Iljo Hwang from getting any kind of opportunity. Again, Brazil almost caught out by the long ball. And South Korea looking infused here in the remaining 8 minutes or so plus added time. How close they could potentially run Brazil here after a torrid first half. Wang Yi-chan on the right-hand side to Pike, to Kim Young-won. They're going to try and switch the play across back to Wang Yi-chan, and they get it to him on the right. Wang Yi-chan in the middle of the field for Lee Kang-in. Back to Wang Yi-chan, and it's ball played across the box by Kim Min-hwan, and it's out for a goal kick to Brazil. And again, looking at that shot here, be interesting to see if there was even a deflection in that. It's hard to tell from any kind of clear replay whether or not that was the case for Sung Hyo Pike. I still can't tell if that hit off any Brazilian players on the way in there. It's hard to tell really if that was the case. If not, it's an outstanding effort. I can sit on the bench perhaps for Neymar, holding his ankle, perhaps not over that ankle injury. He has had quite a relaxed second half, noticeably. And the ball's going to go up at the moment. Gabriel Martinelli on the left-hand side. Can Brazil put the icing on the cherry on the top of the cake here? Gabriel Martinelli. So on the right-hand side, Rodrigo. Played all the way back to Bremer. Thiago Silva looks Paqueta. Brazil just playing it amongst themselves at the moment. Back to Bremer of Juventus. To Thiago Silva of Chelsea. He's going to try and switch the ball across. It falls to Rafinha. Rafinha pegged back, and Dani Alves nearly getting in his way there. Good defending from South Korea. Brazil, however, have the throw in again. We are 84 minutes played here, and it is still Brazil 4, South Korea 1 on the commentary hub. And don't forget, you can follow the commentary hub on Twitter. Our Twitter is at the commentary. At commentary live 1. And Brazil just trying to potentially see this out now. South Korea have had a couple of opportunities since that goal from Pike. And the ball's back with Chul Hong. Play it all the way back to the goalkeeper, Kim Sung-gyu. And that's a mistake there from Kim Sung-gyu. Can they get the ball across? No, they can't. And Kim Sung-gyu is saved there. Some hesitation by Rodrigo. Takes a touch when maybe he should just hit the target. Kim Sung-gyu is let off there from stopping the ball from going in for the 5th time this evening against them. The ball's played across to Dani Alves. Dani Alves looks to deliver that into the box. That's a good delivery, but well dealt with by Min-jae Kim. And he heads that back to Kim Sung-gyu. And South Korea now just comfortably, potentially even trying to see this out. This went from what could have been a massive, massive scoreline for Brazil to something perhaps more akin to the two sides' level of quality between each other at 4-1. The ball's played up to Hwang Hee-chan. He's down at the moment. Takes a tough one there from Gilson Bremer. No foul given, however. It was a throw into South Korea, and they take it now. Min-jae Kim switches across to Kim Young-won. Looking for support in the midfield. He still has the ball at the moment. Switches the play towards Min-jae Kim, the right side of centre half, to Kim Min-hwan. Back to Min-jae Kim. He plays it to Jun-ho Sun. And that's a lovely crossfield ball. Can they get that into the area? Hwang Hee-chan sitting at the back post. Defended by Brazil, and it's going to fall all the way to Gabriel Martinelli on the left-hand side. Martinelli to Casemiro. Casemiro goes down under foul. It's going to be a free kick to Brazil. And again, another half opportunity there for South Korea. They're not able to do much with it. And Brazil have the ball back at the moment. Everton in goals. Switched out to Dani Alves. Alves plays that forward to Rafinha. Plays it back to Alves. And it's going to open up space for Rafinha on the right-hand side to take this down the middle. Is he going to go to the byline? Is he going to try and cut inside? He's going to try and get that cross to the back post to Gabriel Martinelli. And again, it's well dealt with by South Korea, who've put up a much better defensive show in this second half. Gabriel Martinelli on the left. Plays it to Casemiro. To Bremer. Bremer in the midfield for Lucas Paqueta. Great engine in the midfield. Casemiro and Lucas Paqueta. It's a lovely ball in. Can they get the 5th of the game? It's well cleared again by South Korea. And Brazil are going to try and go again here. Bremer to Casemiro. Casemiro to Rodrigo. Rodrigo gets to Martinelli. He's got space on the left. He cuts in, takes it to the byline, tries to get it to the back post to Dani Alves. Oh, it would have been perfect for Dani Alves had he have gotten a goal there. But it's blocked by Chul Hong. Potentially blocked it to stop it going in. Be interested to see the replay there, how close that was. Perfectly timed pass by Rodrigo. Perfectly timed run by Gabriel Martinelli. Done well to get it to the byline. Dani Alves sitting at the back post, and I tell you what, I think that was going in had it not been stopped by Chul Hyung. I don't think the goalkeeper was getting there. And that would have been a fairy tale goal for Dani Alves had he managed to get that. Rafinha on the corner now. Whips it into the middle. Play by Kim Sung-gyu. Brazil players asking for a corner. The referee says no. Linesman says no as well. It was Bremer that met Kim Seung-gyu. Bremer got a touch onto it. And so did Kim Seung-gyu, in fact, on the punch. So it should have been a corner. The linesman wasn't aware of that. So it's a South Korea goal kick. They're playing the ball in amongst themselves with Min Jae Kim. There's a loose pass back to Kim Seung-gyu and goals. Gets to Kim Young-gwan. Tries to lump upfield towards the strikers, and Dani Alves gets there well, but they're going to get a lot of space here on the left-hand side to try and switch the ball towards Wang Hee-chang. He's got a lot of space. Wang Hee-chang, can he get the shot away? And it's just too much for him to do to even get that on target. Too much pace on the ball, tight angle, and his shot goes wayward of Everton's left-hand post. And Wang Hee-chang's looked dangerous for South Korea today. He was unlucky not to get a goal about 15 minutes ago when his effort was goal-bound. Despite Alisson's save, he was saved by Cho Gyu-sung, who was sitting essentially on the line to stop that from going in. And it speaks to the chances that South Korea have had. Currently, they're winning the second half, which is impressive in itself, given how poor they were in the first. And they're going to try and make things better for them at the moment. It's Lee Kang-in. As he fouled there, the referee waves play on. Bremer to Paqueta to Gabriel Martinelli. And it was the Mallorca man, Lee Kang-in there. The skip past Casemiro. Casemiro goes in. I think he does win the ball there. And that's where the referee blowed for no free kick. Kim Young-gwan on the ball to Pike in the midfield to Lee Kang-in. Tries to get that to Heung-min Son, who has been relatively quiet in this game for his own standards. Had an excellent opportunity at the start of the first half, well saved by Alisson. South Korea are going to come again here. They've still got the ball. It's Lee Kang-in. Looking for any kind of support. He finds it in Kim Moon-hwan to Hwang Hee-chan. And it's a good bit of football here. Min Jae Kim coming up from centre half, looking for his options to try and get a little bit of intricate play there, but it's dealt with, and Brazil are going to try and push forward now. Richarlison advancing forward on the left-hand side. He's coming up against an exhausted Min Jae Kim. He's going to bring that into the corner. We are 4 minutes of added time given. We are in the 92nd minute at the moment, so relatively low amount of added time for this World Cup standards. And Brazil are just 1 minute and 45 seconds away from the last 8 of the World Cup. And I believe it will be time to give the man of the match. And today's player of the match sponsor on the hub is sponsored by Commentary Services. And I'll be giving that to Vinicius Jr. Shot there from distance by Dani Alves, desperate for a goal. And he isn't able to get that on target. It's out for a goal kick to Syria as the seconds run down on their World Cup campaign. One they can look back at with a lot of pride, especially in this second half performance when it looked like everything was getting away from them. They were able to recover it somehow. Looks like they're going to win this half. And they prevented things from getting worse when it really looked like it could have been getting worse for them, given that first half showing. This Brazil team really showed their quality when they needed to in that first half. It's been relatively second gear for them since then. Paqueta on the ball now, plays it forward to Richarlison. That's a loose pass from Richarlison. Gabriel Martinelli tries to get there. Pike is able to recover, gets it back to Kim Young-gwan and plays it out to Kim Moon-hwan. Plays it all the way back to Kim Sung-gyeon. Nearly caught out there, and his loose kick there falls to Brazil in the midfield, and the pass tried to get across to Rafinha. Just too much from Gabriel Martinelli towards Rafinha there. And we're coming into the 94th minute with 4 minutes of added time. And that will be that here at the stadium. 9-7-4. Brazil through to the quarterfinals of the World Cup, quite unsurprisingly. And they've done it in style with an explosive first half display. Early goal by Vinicius Jr. in the 7th minute, penalty from Neymar in the 13th. Then Richarlison with a lovely bit of play between Marquinhos and Thiago Silva to get the ball to Richarlison for 3-0 after just half an hour. And then in 36 minutes, when Vinicius Jr. teed up Lucas Paqueta in the box for the 4th goal, you're thinking this could have been going any way at all for Brazil, even record-breaking scores. But they dropped it off a bit in the second half, and South Korea came back into the game. And then on 76 minutes, it was Sung Ho Paik with the effort on goal from range. Looked like it might have taken a deflection, and that gave South Korea consolation. And this is a special win for Brazil, given what's happening with Pele at the moment, who's been put into end-of-life care. He would have been watching on today, and it would be a special thing for this Brazil side to lift the World Cup, not just for themselves, but also for one of the legends of the game. All-round dominating performance from Brazil this evening. Thank you for listening to the Commentary Hub's coverage of Brazil versus South Korea, and it's finished at the stadium 9-7-4, Brazil 4, South Korea 1. I've been your commentator, Jack Hesson, and you all have a good evening.